Today, I'm going to give you a step-by-step guide that you can use to design your own workout programs that you can do for weeks. So make sure you have something ready to write with because there's going to be a lot of information. And I can tell you that I have made dozens, if not hundreds, if not thousands, if not millions, if not billions of workout programs. So pay attention and let's get to it. So in this video for our program, we're going to focus on a workout that promotes muscle growth, toning of the body, and promotes fat loss altogether. So the first thing we're gonna have to do is pick our split. And if you don't know what a split is, it's super simple. It's just the amount of days you go to the gym and what you do on those days. So if you go to the gym for 3 days, we call that a 3-day split, or 4 days is a 4-day split, and so on and so forth. So the most common splits are 3-day splits, 4-day splits, and 5-day splits. You can go higher or lower depending on your fitness level. And I'll kind of break down each one of these on their own. So when it comes to 3-day splits, the reason why we recommend doing at least 3 days is because when you work out, when you do an hour of functional training, like cardio and strength training together, so cardio and weight training together, your body will actually burn calories at a higher rate for 72 hours. So if you work out Monday, Wednesday, Friday, you're gonna be burning more calories all week. And that's why we suggest working out at least 3 days per week if your fitness level can handle that. You can obviously build to that as well. When it comes to 4 and 5-day splits, the reason why these are a little bit better than the 3-day splits is because there's kind of an inverse relationship with this. The less days you work out, the less days your split are set for, the less specific your workout is gonna be. But the more days you add to your workout per the week, the more specific it gets. So let's say instead of just doing upper body day on Monday, Monday now becomes chest and back day specifically. So you're not doing your entire upper body, just your chest and back. Obviously, this is gonna come down to various factors like time, school, work, kids, friends, other lifestyle things. So ultimately choose something that fits your lifestyle and try to make it at least 3 days per week. And I'll explain how you can structure your exercises based off of your split in our next section. So before we get into picking specific exercises and how we choose them, we have to talk about 2 different kind of movements we do during exercise. We're gonna talk about compound movements and isolation movements. So compound movements are movements or exercises that involve multiple muscle groups at once. So that would be like squatting down, deadlifts, bench press, exercises that really incorporate more than one muscle group into a movement. While isolation exercises are just that. They are exercises that specifically isolate a certain muscle. So we're gonna start our workout with compound exercises because they require more energy and strength to complete. So it makes sense to start with the things that are harder to do in the beginning and kind of work your way down to the easier parts. Okay, so now let's take a look at how we would pick exercises for each different split and the different ways that we can put them together. So when we're designing our program, we want to make sure we hit all major muscle groups. That includes the chest, back, arms, core, which is more than just your abs, legs, and shoulders. We want to make sure that all of these are being incorporated into our program. Okay, so how do we find exercises? You can use sources like Google and literally type in arm exercises, back exercises, leg exercises, pretty much anything. You can use fitness apps or websites like bodybuilding.com that also give demonstrations on exercises. Or you can follow me on YouTube because I'm always posting content trying to help you guys along your journey. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button and join us. So there's so many ways you can find exercises. You could literally go into ChatGPT and be like, give me 100 bicep exercises, and you're gonna get them. So here is an example of some 3-day splits. You can kind of ignore the exercises. The important thing here is that you can see it hits every major muscle group. Here is an example of a 4-day split, and you can see, again, ignore the exercise, but you can see that each day it's actually getting more specific. So we're doing less muscle groups each day. And here is an example of a 5-day split. Do you see how specific the days are getting? We're literally doing one muscle group per day at this point. For our sets and reps, it's all going to depend on our goals. So for strength training means you just want to build up your strength. It's usually 2 to 6 sets, 6 reps or fewer. Power, so that's like fast, bursty movements, 3 to 5 sets, 5 reps or fewer. Or for us, we're going hypertrophy or general toning up or making the muscles look bigger. It's usually 3 to 6 sets, 6 to 12 reps, usually want to be on the higher end, and for endurance exercises, so basically just building your muscular endurance, that's going to be anywhere from 2 to 3 sets for 12 plus reps. Okay, so let's talk about the concept of progression overload a little bit and how it's going to help you in achieving your ultimate fitness goals. Okay, so now we have our split, our exercises, our set, and our reps. We have our full workouts ready to go. So now the next question is, how do we progress this exercise? And that's where we're going to bring in the principle of progression overload. So by increasing our weight, intensity, days, time, duration, these are variables that we can control to help us keep seeing more results over time. A good way to keep track of this is just, get a little notebook or just use like Google Notes or your Google Drive and just track down your weights or any improvements that you make as you're going throughout your exercises. It usually is something where like, if we want to lift more weight, we add 5-10 pounds to our lift, depending on what we're doing. Maybe it's 2 or 3 or 10 pounds, depending again on the exercise you're doing. Here's another easy way to look at progression. So let's say you can do a full set of reps easily. So in this case, let's go strength. You can do 3 sets of 6 reps at 40 pounds. So once you hit that, you can add 5 to 10 pounds and drop the reps. So you can do those 3 sets of 6 reps at 40 pounds pretty easily. Progress it to 3 sets of 2 to 4 reps at 45 pounds and build it back up again, and then repeat the process again. It's literally getting dark as I'm making this video. Okay, now we're going to talk about the importance of rest and recovery. So I like to use this analogy for music people, so maybe this will help you out a little bit. So picture like, they say like the rest note on the sheet of music is just as important as any other note in music. And that's kind of the same concept here. Your rest, your recovery is going to be just as important, just as vital to your activity, the exercises that you're doing over the course of the week. That's because like science tells us that we want to wait at least 48 hours before working out the same muscle groups again to give them kind of their maximum rest efficiency, so that way they can, be healthier and lift more weight the next time we get into the gym. And this is why also the more days we have, honestly, the less rest we need. Don't get me wrong, it's still very important to rest, and you should never like work out 7 days a week. But let's say you did chest and back on Monday, then 2 days later you can do chest and back again on like Thursday, because you already had 2 days of rest, but on those other 2 days you just work different parts of your body. So obviously the more you work out as well, the more you can kind of go back and hit the same muscle groups you hit earlier in the week without having that risk of injury or overuse. So now that we have our workout, we know how to progress our exercises, we know the importance of rest, let's put it all together in one big program. Okay, so let's take our 3-day split. So we're gonna do day 1, day 2, day 3. We're gonna take the same exercises we had before, so that's gonna be our workout. We're gonna put 3 sets and 12 reps on each exercise, and that's gonna be basically our whole workout for the week. And now we're gonna take this, times it by 8 for 8 weeks, and we're gonna do this, and boom, you have an 8-week workout program. Okay, so now that you have a full program and you have the knowledge to do so, you can use this to cater to your own goals. If you want bigger arms, you can structure your workout in a way where you can do more biceps in the week. Or you want bigger triceps, you can do more triceps in the week. Or chest, back, legs, booty, whatever you want to do. You can structure this any way you want. Just make sure that you stay balanced and you plan accordingly and you take your proper rest time. So quick recap, pick your split, the amount of days you want to do. Pick your exercises, pick your sets and reps for your overall goals. Make sure you're progressing everything efficiently. Take the appropriate rest and recovery necessary. Quick bonus tips, start with lighter weight and focus on form. Don't compare yourself to others and stay consistent.